Not doing bad things will keep you out of jail. But not doing bad things will not get you into heaven. There's something you must do. You must believe. You must have faith in God. You must be aggressively good towards God. Some 15, 16 years ago, we got this building. It was infested with mice and rats. Ninja Splinter was defeated under this building. That's how big the Rubino rats were back then. We put all the tape, they ran through the tape. We put the click traps and they laughed at those. They didn't laugh at me when I got the electric death box. But I would kill 3 in one day, 5 days a week. That's how bad it was. I'm not exaggerating. There'd be 2 bodies in that death box. I remember one rat, his tail was that long, out the box. I couldn't keep up with him. I was doing the best I could. And sometimes we'd have the Roman Catholic candles out here, and you guys are like, oh, they're getting religious now. I was just covering up the smell of death, man. At the same time, by my house, there was this stray cat that kept coming and leaving little gifts on my steps there. So I had the genius idea. I borrowed a cat catcher from my friend Ricky, and I caught that cat. I took him to the courtyard, and I threw him under the building. He had a great life. You traded all the mice, man. They're getting caught by this cat. The population greatly decreased. We still had to electrocute him in the death box, but that cat was putting in work. And then that cat had kittens, and now they're all putting in work. One of the ladies next door, she used to love feeding the cat. I'd hear her say in the mornings, El gato, el gato. And this little thing of milk there, and it went on for years. I traded the mice for a cat. And then one day I saw the elderly lady crying. I said, what's the matter? She was, El gato, El gato. I said, what happened? She says, the big dog, El perro, killed the cat. I said, oh, that's terrible. The lady was really needing consoling. She was like weeping for her cat. It was our cat too, but I didn't love it that much. And so there was a void. And then a raccoon moved in. Some of you guys remember the raccoon. He was cool. Some of you guys didn't like the raccoon. I thought he was cool. It's all right, mind his business, mind her business, but it's not safe. So we had to get rid of the raccoon. And then I come today. Smells like a skunk. God, I miss the mice. Come on. If you don't fill it with one, you got to get something else. I know how some of you are. You're going to have a boyfriend. You're going to have a girlfriend. If it's not this one, it'll be that one. You're going to have a job. If it's not this job, it's that job. You're going to have a church. If it's not this church, it's that church. You're not going to have a void very long. So we have to fill it. We have to fill it with the right ingredients. We have to fill it with the right things. We have to get rid of some things in our life. When you go to Savers or you go to the Salvation Army and you bring your bag of clothes in your boxes and you're like, finally I'm cleaning out the garage, and then you get it and they give you a little coupon and say, hey, well, thanks for donating. You can have 50% off of anything and buy one, get one free. And you're like, oh, there's some pretty cool hats over there. Oh, I like those books. And on your way out, you got as many boxes as you brought in. And you put them in your garage. You went to get rid of something, but you really just picked up something else. 82% of American homes have allergens from mice. They're either with you now or they were with you before. There's some things you got to get rid of. Look at Leviticus chapter 19 or chapter 13, chapter 14. It talks about the laws. If a man has leprosy and it's festering and the pus and it oozes onto his shirt, you have to take that garment and you have to burn it. If a man has mold in his house, you have to remove that wall and get rid of all the mold. If our bodies, if our beings were a house, what's on the inside? There's some mice, there's some mold, there's some things that you got to get rid of today. In Ephesians chapter 4:22, it says, take off the old man. In 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1, get rid of all those things, that lust and anger and immorality. In James chapter 1, verse 21, it says, rid yourself of all this filth. For years of our life, we lived outside of these walls. For years of our life, we lived as aliens and strangers and enemies of God. We didn't even know that there was a better way to live. When you see the alcoholic, when you see the man struggling, he might be doing the best he knows how. He might have all these bad voices in his mind. He might be in such turmoil and pain that gives him just a momentary relief. He doesn't know about the goodness of God yet. Do you believe that God can deliver you? Yes. Do you